paddy walk. So before that, I'll just tell you the three very, very important things which truly revolves around our life. The first thing is agriculture. So because agriculture is our main occupation, and the source of our income, almost.
What do you grow?
We grow almost everything. So when it comes to agriculture, we practice two systems. One is called terrace cultivation, which is this, and then we have another system called the June cultivation. In other words, we call it shifting cultivation. Yes.
The burning and the
Right. So in terrace cultivation, we practice crop rotation, where paddy is once a year, and then in the absence of paddy, you grow all types of vegetables again. Like we sow garlic. So along simultaneously with garlic, we grow mustards, ginger, spring onion, beans, potatoes, almost everything. And in the other system, which is called the shifting cultivation, we practice mixed cropping. So we grow yams, topiakas, beans, maize, everything. So when it comes to our kitchen economy, we are almost very self-sufficient. So as you go around, you will also not see any markets, within the village. So the little thing that I find in my garden, I share it with my neighbors, and then whatever they find in the garden, they also share it with me.
Barter system.
Yeah. So you will not find any, markets here also selling vegetables. Of course, for the necessities like salt and sugar, we purchase them. But otherwise, vegetables we don't. So that is one. That is our agriculture.
But you also have livestock? Chicken?
Oh yeah, we have. You will find cows. That is purely for meat, not milking. And then we have pigs, chicken, and then we also have this mithun, which is the state animal of Nagaland. Tomorrow, I believe, if we are lucky enough, we might even get to see some, couple of mithuns over there.
Yeah.
So
It's like a cow.
it's
No,
big.
yes.
So mithun basically is believed to be a crossbreed between buffalo and bison. But then some researchers, they have come up with this conclusion that mithun is a mithun, which means it is a pure breed. Yeah.
It's not hybrid.
Right.
Did
It's
Mithun
not.
Chakrabarti get a name from here?
Yeah, so that is agriculture, and also when it comes to our June cultivation, we have a very different system compared to the other parts of Nagaland, because the other parts of Nagaland, what they do is they burn down the entire hill, and then they only cultivate where it is accessible. But here, what we do is we just designate some portion of land, we clear that part, we slash everything, we burn that designated portion, and then we only cultivate that part. Now, after a year or two, we shift the cultivation to somewhere else, and then that place is left abandoned.
But
So,
you don't then grow something else in place of that. For
No.
example, plant like any trees or
No,
crops.
there's
No,
no,
no.
crop rotation in that case, right?
No, but basically one is leaving the land barren.
Yeah.
After the crop is gone, then
So-
it is barren.
yes. So simultaneously with our June cultivation, we practice a system which is called pollarding. So pollarding is actually a process to harvest trees. So we have a tree here called elder tree. So elder tree is believed to be a magical tree. The people call it magical tree because of its very high productivity also. So it has got nitrogen fixation in its root. And then elder tree is also the second fastest growing tree in Nagaland.
Okay.
The first is eucalyptus, and then the second is elder tree. Now,
What do you make out of elder tea? Oil also?
no oil, but it actually it produces so many manures.
So it
Yeah.
basically makes the soil fertile.
Yeah, so it also helps the soil to get it's the soil the fertility of the soil.
Nutritions.
Yes, correct. So that is actually a very scientific way method of harvesting the tree handed to us by our forefathers. So what happens is in one particular season, it could be in the month of February, March, till March, you cut this tree. So when the next season comes, which is the season for the plantation, it gives so many shoots. Now from among the multiple shoots, you select the best shoot and cut the rest. Now from one single tree, it gives life to another 5-6 trees. And when the complete rotation is over, and then the time for you to come back to the same land pattern for cultivation, it will be almost 7 to 8 years. Then the tree grows back. Yeah, so they are ready to harvest again. Yeah, so that is called pollarding. It's more or less like pruning. That tomorrow we will also get to see some of the pollarded elder trees, newly pollarded, and then the old ones also. That really differentiates us from the other community, especially the Angamis in general. So the other tribes in Nagaland, they don't have this system which is called age group. But the Angamis, we have something called age group. The southern and the northern, most of them they call it pelikro. Here we call it tessa. So age group literally is like a group of young boys and girls, bound by some few years, which means 25 years to 30, they could form a group. 30 to 35, they can form another group. So once these young boys and girls, they attain the age of puberty, they form a group. And then they enter into someone else's house, whom they call him their spiritual parent.
Okay.
Now he becomes, their spiritual parent. He gives them the knowledge that they need to inculcate. Actually, they need to learn to be someone in the society. So everything that comes under this age group is to do with competition. Now this house was constructed by one of this particular age group, and then contributed it to the village where people can come use it as a picnic spot, a resting place, anything. So they are remembered. So like competition takes place. Yes. So this is one such place.
What kind of competition?
Competition as in now your age group is you have already passed your peak stage. Now it's time for you to retire. So then they said let us give something back to the community, because we learn so much from the community and it's time for us to retire. So then they make something like this and they give it to the village, so that even if they die, they remain forever. Yeah. Probably we will get to see Mithun, which I said it is. It has come up with the latest conclusion that Mithun is a Mithun. So this Mithun particularly is a very significant animal in our context.
Oh,
So this is the status of Mithun. So this signifies vigor and vitality. Yeah. Yes, and this is a man.
This is from this tribe.
Yes. So his headgear is basically from the hornbill feathers.
Oh.
So attire, every legal attire that you have during our forefathers' time, you have to earn them. It is not something you can buy.
It's an honor. It's not
Yeah.
something you get by birth.
Right. So like you'll have to do something extraordinary. It could be like hunt a hat or do something extraordinary. Then you get this thing. So this is something you'll have to earn. It signifies manlyhood and bravery. Now down there you saw these two men with the escobar thing. Where to put the dao.
Yes.
This is like the scobar of the dao, one of our main's weapon.
Okay.
And this is also the head, the skull, no, the horn of Sun. Yeah. And this is used as cup for drinking. Now, since this is pointed, you cannot keep it down, but you keep holding and keep drinking. So that is the kind of blessing we'll always give it to the beloved sons and daughters. So we usually serve this cup to our beloved sons and daughters. And the circle thing, this all signifies full moon.
Full moon.
Yeah. So our forefathers, they followed the lunar calendar, and they also believe that full moon gives good harvest. So this is like the significance of our tradition. And then before rice meal was introduced.
So these gates were earlier wooden.
Yes. And this village is built.
So many pumpkins.
Fun, that's what I was saying. I said fun only.
Dried one.
What is the story of this?
Okay. So this is before the Second World War.
Okay.
Our forefathers, like I said before, we had a very long history with the songs. When it comes to it could be English version or Christian version, it could be anything. We have this tonic sofa, do re mi fa sol la ti do. So that is the start notation. Here in our tradition, we have our own rhythm. We call it the iambic pentameter. You know, if you give me a line with 9 syllables, I can give you a song, because our what do we call our tonic, our rhythm is arranged in such a way that every line should have 9 syllables.
No, sir. No,
Nine sir. Saregama padanisa.
Sir.
वैसा nine.
It should have 9
Which means
syllables.
like Christopher. I have like 3 syllables here in my name, Christopher. So if you give me a line with 9 syllables,
syllables.
I can give you a song. Because like I said, English has got tonic sofa, do re mi fa sol la ti do. In our term, it's called so he mojo so no di ole. So that is the rhythm. Yeah, that is our pentameter.
We asked you to sing, you gave us a task.
Ah.
No, you sing, please. You
Something
sing
you
whatever.
take-
You take some 9 swarka word in syllables.
Chris, help him.
Okay. Do you sing?
Yeah, she sings.
Chris will also
She
sing
sings.
one song.
Chris sings.
Like what you have to say some sentence.
So our forefathers, they literally they communicated through songs. So we have songs for almost everything. We have songs while herding the cows. We have songs while reaping, harvesting, and then hunting for that matter. Even we have songs for the dead. So we have like songs for almost everything. Now there is one song. It's a love song, and but I don't remember all the lines.
Sing.
Maybe I'll sing it to you when I remember all the lines. But I'll just sing you a line or two with our rhythm.
Okay.
So okay. So with that, so he was Okay, so it goes. Sohimojo, sohimojo, sono diole. Geko kredi, geko krayashi. So that is like a song.
What does it mean? Tell us the.
So it means you're very beautiful. Okay. So like
They
the
are all
chorus-
giggling at the back. It means something really romantic.
No.
Romantic.
Okay. Sohimojo sono diole is the rhythm. That is the chorus. Gyeko kredi, gyeko krayashi, which literally means, the thought of departure always like make us cry or always bring tears. Yeah. But that is like a song. I mean, that is supposed to be a love song between two lovers. And then finally they end up saying, let us go to a place where
No one
you
is
and I
there.
are all alone, erect a stone so that our friendship remains forever.
Get this. मेरा क्या? पूरा समझता नहीं हूँ मैं इसको बोली
Stairs are from there.
We are watching ना. हम लोग क्या है फिर?
Stone, that's it. You're not girls.
See?
What did he say? We are starting. Yes. Okay. Oh God, he is exercising. Oh!
Whoa!
Can you do that again? I will
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Nice.
Lear.
Lear.
Yeah, this is actually a true story. He died unmarried.
How sad.
Yeah, Heka and then his wife, they got this because they could offer feast of marriage 7 times in the villages. But this man, he was a warrior, and he had so many very good girlfriends. And people always look up to him because he was a warrior with so many girlfriends, with status, bravery, everything. Yeah. But there was one man by name Danner who is always jealous of this man because he gets the best girl always. That he always wanted to try to find a plot to kill him. Now their rivalry that continued for so many years. I would say one very unfortunate day, this man Lear, he went out to the forest with his girlfriends, and then suddenly he got himself wounded somewhere somewhere near his ankle. Now he came back, and then back then there was no medication, so there was no one to clean the wounds. So it sort of septic. Muscles started to flow, the skin started to get disappeared, and then he is getting serious with this one. Now his parents, they tried their level best to take him around and then get a doctor, but nothing happened. Nothing could be done. Now finally they wanted to go to a man who can basically communicate with the spirits, because they have people like that during that time. So then he go to them, and then they will tell him what to do and how to go about. So they were actually on a mission to approach someone who can communicate with the spirits. Now this particular man Danner, his enemy, on hearing that news, he went to the place who can communicate with the spirit, and then he bribed him. When this man comes, you please send him to me, saying that Dana is the right person to cure you. And then he bribed the one who can communicate. So as planned, he went, and then that man who communicated with the spirit, he recommended him to Dana. Now he went to Danner, knowing the fact that Danner is his rival, his enemy. But he did not want to say anything because his parents insist on going to Danner. He said okay. So he followed his parents. They went to Danner's place. Danner, he took out a bone of a mountain god. He cut all the nerves. And then every time he cut a nerve, he said one of your wound is healed, and one, and then he cut out all the nerves. Now with that he suffered. Okay, here's the call. So with that injury, he died. Now he passed away, And then the Tanner, he got like many good girlfriends, so that story disappeared like from there, Tanner's story. But his parents, he being aware, they never wanted to lose his story. So then they went back to the spirits, the one who communicates with the spirit, asking him to communicate with this man Lear, just to see if he had any wish. So they went to him, and then they said he communicated with this man, and then he told them of the entire story. But if you really wanted to do something, please erect a stone in my memory where you find the most number of girls. So their parents, they looked around, and then they find this place to be the most suitable place. Now, very, surprisingly and very interestingly, when we have this Kelipia day, and then when the men and women, they were like going around this thing, the women folk, especially the little girls, the beautiful ones, they come, they lean on the stone, and then they like watch them. So that is how Lear can be with the girls now. Also, at the same time, there is one place here. This is where the ladies, they come and then they clean their heel.
Okay.
So they get support from this man Lear. So this is how Lear is still close with like beautiful girls. Agar, if it is a little bright, maybe you can have a picture with Lear also.
Yeah. So this is the only place where this thing is there.
He's here.
This is the only place. Not in all
He's here.
such.
He's here.
Only here.
Because there are other places also where the women come together.
Yeah, another.
Yeah, of course there are also other places, but at the same time, this stone cannot be like everywhere. So they just put it where
That's
they
what I
commonly
want to
gather.
understand. Is it like just one place or
Uh-huh.
then his parents got him this stone?
This stone from here only. Yeah.
So women still come.